Hey, hello and welcome to another multiplay podcast. Luke, we've made the promise to do more this year than we have done previously. And I think we've already broken that, but we have been a bit lazy the
Epically
last few
failed.
weeks. Yeah. I think we've done more than we have before, but I think we've we've had a few weeks off. We've
We're
been busy.
nothing consistent in our inconsistency.
It's so true. It's so true. So much has happened since the last time we caught up. And you must have excused my voice tonight. I've started losing my voice this afternoon for some reason. But that works well for a podcast, doesn't it? So definitely be gone by the end of this. But we've got so much to talk about for what's been coming out over the last few weeks. Of course, the Nintendo Switch 2 dropped. We've had Doom come out. We've had The Last of Us finished and so much more. And then, of course, there was the big showcase that happened today, the Xbox showcase, which was just incredible. One of the best showcases I've seen from them in a long, long time. And we'll get to that as well. But I think we'll kick stuff off with what we've been watching. And maybe you want to talk a bit about that last episode of The Last of Us.
Yeah, it was. What were your thoughts? We haven't spoken at all since I think the show finished. I think some people I've spoken to didn't love it as much. I know I enjoyed it. I don't think I loved it as much as I did some of the other episodes of the season. But
yeah, look, I didn't like the second season as much as I liked the first season. I just, for me, I love that story of Ellie. Like I think I've said about the game before, I love the story of Ellie and Joel traveling around, getting into trouble and getting out of it, and that was what I really wanted from the game and from the TV show. Loved the chick who played Abby. I thought she was amazing. And am I right in saying she was she played Ellie in the game?
No, she was in. She played Nathan Drake's daughter in Uncharted 4.
Right. Okay, right.
Yeah.
And she's incredible. And she's in
Was
a
it the
few
daughter?
movies.
It was the daughter, right?
I think so,
Anyway,
yeah.
we can check that.
Yeah. We'll get fact check on that one. But she was incredible. I thought she was amazing in every scene that she was in throughout. In fact, she for me felt more like an Ellie than an Abby.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because she was one of the more decisive picks before the show started because of not as big as Abby or as muscular and that kind of thing. But I think that it'll be interesting to see how the show goes when it really pivots to her next season.
Yeah.
To see what happens when you've got a half a season or more potentially of where she becomes the lead character. It's going to be
such a good way to end it. Like I thought, I was really happy with it in the end. I sort of like most people had sort of drifted in and out. I wasn't watching it religiously each week. And then I did a big catch up at the end. And I think that showed throughout the viewing figures of the series because it sort of halved in numbers by the end.
Maybe they were all waiting to binge it all.
Well,
or they just
dropped off when Pedro dropped off.
Yeah, look, it's interesting, right? Because as much as yes, he was, knocked off in the second episode, he's still in the episodes. With those flashbacks and stuff. There was that other one
and that was the best episode of the season.
6. Yeah, it was strong, that one, where it went back in
the
time.
birthdays.
Yeah. No, it was good. But look, I think that the last episode, it just felt like there was a lot going on there. I kept trying to picture, for someone who hasn't played the games, how confusing it would be to get like those little bits of Isaac's story with them heading out on the boat. You don't know what's going on. It kind of ends on this climax that we might not get a payoff for like...
Yeah, you get so much more of the story in the game, don't you?
Oh, so much more.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that structure lends itself to a show like it did in the game. The game was obviously it threw you when you played as her, but then it earned those moments where you would then play up to a certain point and then it would switch. Just don't know if the show works.
Yeah, it's different. Although I was speaking to a mate of mine at work who hasn't played the games and doesn't play games in general, and he was thoroughly enjoying the show right up until the end.
Yeah, okay.
And so, he was like, "Oh, did you see that last episode? It was amazing." So, that's really interesting to hear and good to hear, I think.
Yeah, because I think that for someone that played the game, I enjoyed it, but I just didn't know if that would translate to the
Yeah,
non-gamers.
yeah. How about you? Do you know anyone else who's a non-gamer who's been watching it?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know people. My brother and his wife are into it. She not really a gamer, but I think has watched him play it a little bit.
yeah,
But
right.
people at the office and stuff have watched it who didn't play the game, and they seem to enjoy it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, probably. There'll be others that maybe not so much.
There'll be a long break before the next season, right?
Yeah, this one was not too bad, but I think even if it's just a year like it is normally, it's still a long
Mm.
time to wait for
It
like
is,
the old
yeah.
days where we used to have these cliffhangers and have to wait. Now it's like we get these drips and drabs, it seems like half seasons here like they do on some of the
Well, they
Netflix
used to do
ones and
like,
that kind of
you
thing.
know, especially the US shows and the Aussie shows would do 24 episodes a season.
Yeah, it's a
And
different
so to
world,
get,
eh?
yeah, different world, definitely.
Now you get
Um,
like 6 episodes here or 3 episodes at a time like Andor.
yeah. One I'm really struggling with at the moment because I want it, and I'm not struggling because it's bad. I'm struggling because I'm having to wait week to week to see what happens next. Is the show Murderbot? Have
Yeah,
you been
okay.
watching that?
No, I've seen it pop up, but I haven't actually
Yeah,
watched it yet. Is it good?
it's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I love it. It's such a cool show. Goes deep into like AI and it's in a philosophical way. It goes into
Mhm.
AI, but it's based on these books. And Alexander
Oh,
Skarsgård's in it. He plays like a sec unit, a robot AI unit that
mhm.
hacks his code, and then decides rather than just run off and because if they find out that he's hacked his code, they'll melt him down. So
Right.
he just plays along with everyone, but in the voice in his head is like, "Oh, these humans are stupid." And then the whole time he's meant to be like guarding people, he's just watching like trash television.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got all these fake TV shows that run through it. It's just really cleverly done. It's a really good satirical look at AI and everything that happens around
Yeah,
that. And
okay.
yeah, and apparently the book's amazing. I haven't read the book, so I'd be keen to check that out now.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it. So worth a watch, eh? Thumbs
Yeah,
up?
definitely. Yeah, it's on Apple, so worth watching there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. He's a good actor, man.
Oh, he's so good in everything, right?
Yeah.
And
He's
it's
a
so
good actor.
funny because like we were first sort of introduced to him in True Blood.
Mhm.
Do you remember? Did you watch that?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And he was the bad guy vampire and everyone was
But
in love with Suki.
yeah. He
And
kinda came good, but didn't he? I'm
he
trying to
came good
remember.
in the end, but yeah,
Yeah.
he was basically the Spike of the series. So do you
Yep.
remember in
Bad boy.
Buffy? Yeah,
Yeah.
they had the bad boy vampire turn good. So yeah, he was basically that, but yeah, he did eventually turn
Side
okay.
note, did you see that they've cast Buffy in the new show? They're doing a reboot?
Yeah, is it the young girl from Skeleton Crew?
Ah,
Is
is
that
it?
who
I
it
didn't
is?
recognize
Yeah.
it. Oh, yeah, okay. I just saw that they'd cast her. Buffy
Yeah.
reboot, man. I wonder if how that's gonna
Well,
go.
apparently Sarah Michelle Gellar's involved, so
Really?
yeah, she's gonna be in it.
I wonder
So
if Joss is involved.
wow, I
No.
doubt it.
Kinda got, shunned, didn't he, after that whole
Yeah.
not shunned, I guess, like, cancelled.
Cancelled. Yeah, after everything. But I don't know. Like it would be interesting to see if he's involved, but I doubt that he is.
I used to love that show, man.
Oh
Such a
man.
good show.
Like, no doubt about it. After all the trouble that he's had and the cancellation and everything, his shows are phenomenal.
Yeah, man. So good.
Buffy, Dollhouse, Firefly,
Angel. Yeah, Firefly.
Angel, like they're all incredible shows.
Yeah.
Even his Avengers movie was good. So, yeah.
No, he
I
did
mean,
some good stuff. Good
his
stuff.
Justice League sucked, but hey.
Yeah, look, he was polishing a turd there.
Oh, yeah, no way. I watched the Snyder cut in black and white and love it.
Sorry, that was cheap shot that I knew I could take on you.
Yeah. But it does bring up another point is that we've seen so much more of Superman in the last few weeks. Have you
Yeah.
been avoiding it or have you been
Yeah, I'm off. I'm blackout on that, and I'm blackout on
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Okay, yeah.
I'm full blackout.
It's surprising they
Um,
haven't shown as much of Fantastic Four as I thought they probably would.
yeah, okay.
But definitely Superman's getting a good run. and it's looking better and better each moment I see it. I am just so excited for that movie. That movie has just got me pumped.
Yeah, look, if there's ever a doc movie of 2025,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the one.
I remember sitting at the cinemas watching Man of Steel when it came out
Mhm.
and just bawling my eyes out at the
Well, that
opening.
would be 10 years ago, hey?
Yeah, and it was just the music was playing at the start.
Mhm.
The film hadn't even started yet. And I was just like, oh, this is the greatest. And that was the same with Superman Returns when that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, anything
So
Superman.
what's your favorite Superman movie?
Mm, probably
Anyone?
Superman 2.
Superman 2 is good.
Yeah, just because
Now,
I
do you
love
go original cut or Dick Donner cut?
the Richard Donner cut.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's the best. It's so good. Like, it's just a flawless movie. It really is. And I do love Superman, Christopher Reeve, but Superman 2 is just such a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, Superman
Next,
2, it's something about they're actually a threat to him,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Kryptonians, you know what I mean? It's just a
yeah,
bit more upping the ante.
yeah.
Such an interesting story, the making of that movie too.
I know, yeah.
That
There was
Richard Donner
another,
got
there was,
cut, and then the other guy had
yeah,
to come in and finish the film. Yeah,
yeah.
super interesting.
I love it. And yeah, so after that, I probably like Man of Steel.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really liked Man of Steel.
yeah.
Even with all the destruction and stuff at the end, but that just reminded me of, the
Well,
comics.
there's a lot of weak movies in there, right? Like 3 and 4 are pretty much write-offs.
Yeah, you know what? I do watch Quest for Peace every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a soft spot for it. For Nuclear Man. It's just like, it's such a bad movie, but it's
See, I actually have a soft spot for Returns. I didn't
yeah.
hate Returns when it came
Yeah,
out.
me that scene where and people pull it apart because of the physics in it. But the scene where he catches the airplane and lands it in the
Mhm.
baseball field, I love that scene.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
incredible. And the scene where he gets shot and it hits his eyeball. And I
Mhm.
remember seeing that for the first time going, oh, that is like, it was just the special effects were incredible. It was,
Mm.
it was a really well made. I
Yeah,
liked it.
he was a pretty decent Superman. I think
Mm,
that probably obviously everyone loves Christopher Reeve, but
yeah.
I think Cavill's probably the most Superman-like of
Yeah.
all of them so far.
If you get the
Interested
chance,
to see what this new guy can do.
I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen Superman and Lois?
No, but you told me that was really good.
He's a really like the first season. You've really got to drag your feet through,
Yeah,
but
okay.
after that, it is, and they tell one of the best Doomsday stories I've ever seen. Lex, I love Lex in it. He's incredible. He's got
And you
this
said
sort
it
of
finishes real strong too, you said.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
It's real good. It's worth
See,
checking
TV
out.
Superman, I'm always a Dean Cain man.
Oh man, Dean Cain is so bad. But lovable. Like, yeah, that show. I've got it all on DVD somewhere, I think.
Yeah, it was
But
good.
yeah, it was.
I might have to try and find that. I haven't watched that in a long time. I'm sure it's pretty weak now, but
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, but Smallville is probably the ultimate Superman show. Although there's that My Adventures with Superman animated recently.
yeah, I've been meaning to check that out actually.
It's a really different little take, like an sort of almost anime take.
Mm.
But I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Mind you, I'm so easy to please when it comes to Superman. If you put
Yeah,
Superman on the screen, I would just be like, I
it's
turn
a
into
low
a
bar.
kid. Yeah. I turn into a kid again. Like, it's like, oh, okay. And then I'm just really happy that it's on.
Do you know what I went back because I've been with the kids, I've been trying to they watch all the new, obviously, animated stuff. But I've been
Yeah.
trying to go back and drop like some old stuff, a bit of Looney Tunes and the kind of wacky races the other day, just like the classics.
How hard is it though?
Oh,
Are
look, it
they?
is, and I've been
Yeah.
trying to cherry pick the good stuff.
Yeah.
I scare them a lot where they'd tell me to turn it off. But I went and found just more for myself, but I was going to show it to the kids eventually. I haven't yet. But the old Fleischer Superman cartoons from
Oh,
the
yeah.
40s,
Yeah.
man, they hold up amazingly. For
Yeah.
1940s animation, it's crazy how well they
And
hold up.
that old timey voice that goes with it as well. Look out, here
Yep.
comes Superman. He's coming to save the day.
And
Like it's got, yeah.
it's crazy how good they are.
Yeah.
They
And
would
when
have
you think
blown people's
about,
mind in the 40s.
I know, right? And when you think about it, you look back on how well animated that was and the stories in it that were told. And then you look back on sort of the old Captain America equivalent where they had like the head on the screen with the lips that would move.
Mm.
And you go, oh, that's nowhere near as good as what that Superman managed to capture.
Oh,
And
that was the golden age
Yeah.
of animation, right? Those guys.
yeah, it's beautiful.
And you can see that they're just taking actual, they're animating over what just people acting and that kind of stuff. And all the movement looks so real. The like effects, like like damage and stuff, all looks amazing, and all fire and everything. Like it's ridiculously good.
Yeah, and I do love that the look of Superman in that S on the chest is just the darker S. Just really, yeah, I love it. Hey, speaking of animation, I watched last night, just out of randomly, I watched this new Predator.
So I hadn't even heard about that, and it popped up, and I saw it on Disney.
Yeah, so this is from the creator of Prey.
Yep.
And it tells 3 stories. It starts with 3 stories of these people who've managed to kill Predator without giving the whole thing away.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's through 3 different time zones. And so for the first time ever, we get to see like a Viking killer Predator, then a samurai ninja killer Predator, and then a World War II pilot. I think it is World War I.
Wow.
World War I pilot, maybe.
So Arnie struggled, yet all these people have
all these
done
people
it before.
are killing. Yeah. But really cool, and and there's a scene at the end that is just, there's going to be another one.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Really, I really enjoyed
Animation seems like anime style from what I only looked at like a couple of images when I
It's
saw it. It's
beautifully animated, beautiful. Like it's like a 3D rendered but anime, and it's not. Yeah, I don't know if it's hand drawn. It might be, but it certainly doesn't look as like a dodgy 3D animation. If it is, it's very well done. I'm very impressed with it. I turned it on the first night to watch it, and I was a bit too tired, and I sort of fell asleep. And then the second night, I just started from the start again and went, oh, actually, this is much better than I thought it was.
Yeah, okay.
And then when I got up to the second story, which is the samurai one, it blew my mind. That was the best story.
I know we haven't got it on the list to talk about because I'm very far behind, but I've finally caught up on Andor.
Oh my God, yeah. That was the other one we were going to talk about the other week.
So good. It was
How good
amazing.
Was that? Yeah.
Man, it's like probably top 3 Star Wars for me now. It's up there.
So tell me, when you finished, did you immediately go and watch Rogue One?
No, I haven't yet, but it's actually on my list to do because I'm instantly going to go into that, and then I'm actually going to go in and do some more stuff. It's like got me.
Yeah.
I'm all back in for the moment.
You're back in. You're hooked in.
Yeah.
So for me, I watched Andor, went and watched Rogue One straight away afterwards.
Yeah.
And Rogue One takes a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Rogue One initially, I was like, Jyn Erso is the hero of the story.
Yeah. No,
and then
Cassian
you watch it now and you go, oh, wow. Because Cassian's in it a lot more than you think he is. But it's just that when you're originally watching it, you think it's a Jyn Erso story.
Yeah. And it was actually good because I haven't seen that in quite a while. I think I watched it maybe once after it came out. But yeah, I mean, I'm pumped to watch it actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Need to watch it.
So good. Andor.
Yeah.
Man, amazing.
So good. Oh, yeah. I was really impressed with it. And then they also dropped a new animation not long after that too. Tales of the underbelly or whatever it is.
Yeah, because they did Tales of the Jedi. And so this is the Tales of the Underworld or something. A few of those Clone Wars characters, whatever her name is, Ventress.
Ventress. Her story is really great. That Bane character as well, and he's
Cad Bane. Yeah,
Cad Bane.
Yeah, I'm keen to watch those actually. And I was even actually going to go in because I never finished Bad Batch, and I was thinking about going and watching that now that I'm on in this little bit of a Star Wars mood.
Yeah.
I even went and I procured some fan edits of the prequel trilogy because I
Really?
was like, I want to watch the prequel trilogy, but I don't want to watch the theatrical cuts. But
Yeah.
there's these guys online who have taken the prequel trilogies and chopped them up into new, like reshuffled them all into new movies to make them a bit more palatable. So
Really?
yeah, they're really interesting. I haven't watched any of them yet, but I'm keen to check them out. They look really cool.
Okay.
They're
That might
called
be
the
worth
HAL
checking.
9000 edits. I'll
The
have
hell
to
now. Okay.
HAL 9000 edits, yeah. And so it takes out all the not all the Jar Jar, but most of the Jar Jar and all the kind of stuff that it just makes it more to the tone of the original trilogy.
Okay, cool. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I'll be
I'll
keen to
have to
check that
let
out
you
too.
know how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Speaking of sci-fi, one of the big drops today, of course, they had the Xbox showcase. Actually, this wasn't part of that. This was part of yesterday's Gamescom.
Too many announcements.
Yeah, it's been days and days of announcements. But one game that popped up that I thought you'd definitely be interested in is that The Expanse is getting a game, Osiris Reborn.
Ooh.
So you
I
like The
haven't seen
Expanse,
this.
right?
Yeah. I love the books. I
Yeah.
actually never finished the show. I don't think I need to finish the show, but I loved the books.
Yeah, and it looks like Mass Effect, essentially.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So The
Because I
Expanse,
saw that
Mass
game
Effect.
that they did, the kind of choose your own adventure one, the like those Walking Dead games.
Like the Telltale type.
A Telltale game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Telltale did a game on Expanse, but I never actually played it. So this is RPG Expanse.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Oh,
looks
cool.
cool. Looks real cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's
have to
what they're
check that
calling it.
out.
They're calling it Mass Effect. The Expanse Mass Effect. Doesn't look as
What?
polished as
That's
Mass
what it's
Effect.
called?
No. It's called Osiris
Oh.
Reborn.
Oh, right.
But like, yeah, all the journos are calling it basically The Expanse Mass Effect.
Mass Effect meets The Expanse. Yeah. Okay.
So it looks
All
really
right.
good. I'm looking forward to that. That looks really cool. The other one coming out is June.
Yeah, I'm excited to play that.
Yeah,
That's
which
cool.
is like a survival MMO.
Mm. Yeah, okay. Have they released some more footage of that?
Yeah, well, like I think it gets released any day now. Like
Yeah,
it's
okay,
it's
cool.
real close. So
Yeah, I saw it pop up on Steam the other day, so I figured it mustn't be too far away.
yeah, there's been a few videos drop online of just gameplay and the rest. So that looks really good. Excuse me, gonna clear my throat. Oh man. Yeah,
It's going around.
it-
Everyone's
It
crook
was
at the moment.
gonna catch me eventually because I was crook the other week, but then I went and played soccer last week and my mate had no voice.
Mm.
And then at school drop off today, one of the mums had no voice. So I'm like, oh no, here we go.
It's coming. It's
It's
coming.
coming. So a lot of sequels coming out. Grounded 2. Did you play Grounded?
I did. I played the first one. Yep.
Loved it. Thought it was great. This one, Grounded 2 has RPG elements. So you can have a mage, you can have a warrior. So that looks really cool. High on
Interesting.
Life 2.
Yeah, okay. I never played that. I saw it. Some people loved it.
So funny. One of the funniest games I've ever seen. I'd be interested in it's got the so it's one of the guys who did Rick and Morty was part of that company and now no longer is. I think it was another one of those cancellation scenarios.
No, he got proper cancelled.
Yeah, and so he was heavily involved in the first game. So I kind of hope the second one's just as funny because he is a very funny dude. Outer Worlds 2. Did you play the Outer Worlds?
Yeah, I played it. Yep.
Obsidian,
I liked it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it
good fun.
was very Fallout-y.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
Yeah, so that's coming. Persona 4 Revival is another big title that got dropped.
Do you play those?
I haven't played a Persona, no, although it's something I think I'd be interested in because since I was playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33, a lot of people were comparing it to Persona, so maybe I need to go check those out now. I always thought Persona...
I've never dabbled with them. Everyone online seems to like them, but I'm just not into those kind of social JRPG kind of games.
Yeah, that's
not my thing.
Is that what it is though? It's sort of like one of those weird dating...
that's what my
Japanese
understanding is.
games
It's
that-
like RPG in a high school. You're a Japanese teenager. You got to make friends and date, and then just fight monsters when you're not at the canteen dating.
So
Is my understanding.
it's basically Bleach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Speaking of anime, what's my favorite anime?
Solo leveling.
Solo leveling game coming.
Ooh.
Solo leveling Arise Overdrive or something. Looks
What style
great.
game is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. From the look of it, it says 4-player co-op. They showed a lot of beating up of what looked like boss monsters. But not a lot of, like, in the show they're killing the goblins and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens with that as it gets closer.
Probably a fair way off, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so. One of the ones that stood out for me in all of the presentations was a game called Clockwork Revolution.
Okay.
And it looked very BioShock.
That's interesting because I think they're working on another BioShock at the moment, I think. Yeah, I think that one's been coming for a while. So what's this Clockwork Revolution? It's like a first-person shooter or something?
Yeah,
or?
sort of steampunk-looking first-person shooter RPG. Yeah, looks great. Worth
I'm
checking
just
out
looking
the
at a picture
trailer.
now. Like that time period definitely makes it look a bit BioShocky.
My first thought was BioShock. My second thought was, what were those other Clockwork type games that were Dishonored? Yeah.
Man, those games are great.
Yeah, they're awesome, right?
So good. That second one with that Clockwork Mansion level, so good.
Yeah. So if this is anything like Dishonored, I'll be really happy with that. So
yeah, okay.
So there was a lot of big announcements that came out today.
The one that jumped out to me, I must be in my algorithm because I saw it this morning and I sent it to a mate who is really into it. The Invincible fighting game.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah,
dude, that looks so good.
I was excited to see it, but not excited when I saw it was just a fighting game because I suck at those. Like I'm so bad at them, and I'd really like to play an Invincible game, but I'm
more than happy to beat the hell out of you in a fighting game.
Yeah. It's I don't know. You said my housemate hated it. Do you remember? And he used to beat the crap out of me on Street Fighter all the time.
You got flashbacks.
Yeah, and we went out and got those fight sticks.
Oh yeah, proper. Yeah.
I was like, we got right into it, but I was so bad, and there was no way I needed to get a fight stick. Although I saw PlayStation during the week dropped they're doing a fight stick for their console. It's so sleek looking. It looks so gorgeous. I'd get it just to put on the shelf.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing, which not on the list, but I'm sure you probably saw it, the Xbox ROG Ally.
Yeah. So Xbox are doing the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X.
Wow.
And basically they've done the same thing. In fact, I've got one here that I can show you. Not one of those, but something. That's the Portal, right?
Yep.
They've done a very similar design. Oh, how might I get this? There we go. They've done a very similar design as far as the handles, the grip goes.
Yep.
Is that they've basically got the Xbox controller, split it down the middle, and then built the tablet in the middle. So the ergonomics and everything are going to be the same as an Xbox.
Yeah,
okay. It's a bit thicker than the ROG Ally and Ally X, the normal ones, but it's going to be powerful as hell, and it's going to run directly into the Xbox.
Yeah, no, it'll disable all the services and parts of Windows that it doesn't need, which is cool.
Yeah, so they reckon they're going to save 2 gig of memory or something on that, which is going to really speed the system up. But it'll also run your Steam stuff. So you'll have Steam, Battle.net, I think, as well. A few of the others. So
these handheld PCs are just getting crazy, hey?
Mate, I'm telling you, since I got the Switch and the PlayStation Portal, it's very rare that I'll sit down at the TV and play a game these days because handheld gaming is just so much easier.
Yeah, that's so good.
I can sit in. My wife's out watching TV right now in the lounge room, and if I sit on the couch and play a game next to her while she's watching Ginny and Georgia or some crap, she's like happy. It's like, oh yeah, you haven't played video games for ages. I'm playing one right now.
If
But
only
no,
you knew.
it's great for my marriage. But also, it's just it's so much more comfortable. I love looking like I don't have to wear glasses when I'm playing because I'm so
Mhm.
close to the screen, and yeah, I think
It's gonna be
handheld
interesting
gaming's
to
the future for
see
me.
what Steam do as a response to all these other companies coming out with, like,
Mm.
competitive handhelds now. If they do a new Steam
Well,
Deck
that
2 or something.
yeah, so they've just dropped. Is it the Legion? Lenovo Legion Go has a Steam OS version come out, so they've unlocked
Ah,
basically Steam OS for them to use.
interesting.
Yeah,
Because
so
the SteamOS, the rumor is that eventually you'll be able to just, put it on anything.
yeah,
PC, whatever. You'll just be able to boot into SteamOS and off you go.
I think that's the way of the future, though. I think that's I think Xbox are really setting the standard with that. What they're doing is they're just making their Game Pass system available on absolutely everything. The other day, the kids and I were playing. Well, I was playing Claire Obscure on my TV with an Xbox controller, just testing out cloud gaming because I hadn't tried it in a while, and it was
Mhm.
flawless.
So
And
that's, through the Samsung TV, is
just
it?
through the
Or
Samsung
yeah.
TV, yeah, absolutely flawless. And Claire Obscure is one of those games where you need to hit the button at the right time to parry and to block
Mhm.
or to dodge. Um, that was the thing that blew me away the most. There was no lag. I didn't have any issues with lag as far as parrying goes and dodging. And then afterwards we played Bluey
Mhm.
because the kids came in, so we played Bluey for a bit, and that was that's a pretty basic game, but it was absolutely flawless. Whereas a few months back, I reckon I would have played a cloud based game and it would have been jumpy and laggy and poor
Mm.
connection and
And
take
then you
ages to set
imagine,
up.
you have one of these Xbox allies.
Yeah.
Um, games, PC games are big, right? Like, very easy to have a 100 gig game on PC. If you can just pick a game on Game Pass and stream it, cloud streaming
Mm,
on your handheld, like, the world's your oyster. You've
yeah.
got hundreds of games there available. Cloud stream, off you go. You're up and
Yeah.
running.
It's so much
It's
easier.
so good.
No install.
It's really cool.
All your saves get saved to your console and in the cloud. So yeah,
Yep.
you pick it up anywhere.
Yeah, so cool.
Everything their advertising campaign is this is an Xbox. And I think that's what they're heading towards, that eventually they won't release a console and they'll just go everything is an
You
Xbox.
reckon they'll go hardwareless?
Yeah. I think when Google did it, it just wasn't ready yet.
Mm.
And they didn't have the brand and the infrastructure of games, and so that was the big problem there. They didn't have enough games. Um, was that Stadia? Yeah.
Yeah, but then you also had to buy the game,
Yeah.
right? Whereas Game Pass, the monthly subscription thing changes all that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's already got Game Pass. They're
Yeah.
already paying 15 or $20 a month. So the fact that you can just, as part of your Game Pass, stream to your laptop, like, or your TV or your
Mm,
handheld, that's just it.
yeah.
The value proposition is amazing. You just keep it indefinitely.
And I think that's like Google were trying to rush it out and get it done, but Xbox are playing the long game. So they're
Mm,
going, let's set it up, set the infrastructure up, get the infrastructure right, wait till the internet speeds in all these countries and especially Australia picks up, and then eventually we'll just remove consoles and we won't need them. Or, we'll just have the digital only version of the console or
mm.
different versions of what we know a console to be.
Yeah, it'll just be a light. You don't need the hardware, right?
Mm.
It just needs to be a device to output a streaming signal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Essentially the same as an Amazon Fire Stick.
yeah.
Because I think Xbox Game Pass is available on the Amazon Fire Stick. So you can
Is it? Yeah, right.
so you can just plug that in and away you go.
Yeah, so it's definitely going that way, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, it's
You're
very
never going to have as good of a picture, obviously, but
yeah. Look,
for most people,
I don't notice the difference playing on either. So,
interesting.
This week I've been playing. I can't talk too much about it. I can tell you that I'm playing it, but I'm playing Death Stranding 2. Have you played Death Stranding?
No, I never played it.
Yeah, so Death Stranding was one of those games that got it. You either love it or you don't. I wouldn't say you hate it. You just don't like it. You don't. You wouldn't play it. And I love Death Stranding as a game.
The first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
Incredible story. One of the best sci-fi stories, I think, in a video game. And Norman Reedus is in it, and you know, Margaret Qualley's in it, and Guillermo del Toro, whatever, the director, he plays a role in it. And yeah, and it's just such a great story, like just of this, you know, post-apocalyptic sort of the Death Stranding happens, and the world of the dead sort of blends with the world of the living, and it's, you know, it's Hideo Kojima.
I never even knew anything about the story.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh yeah, he just straps things to his back and just walks.
And walks. Yeah, the Postman game.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of that. There's a lot of delivery. I think the one thing I would say, and there's no secret because the Hideo Kojima did a session on it today, a big video session where he showed part of the game. There's a lot more action in this one than there was in the first one.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll be able to do a full review of that when it comes out at the end of the month. But yeah, look forward to it. It's
I look forward to hearing what you think.
Yeah. The one game I can tell you a bit about is Mario Kart World.
Nice.
Because I've been playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2. Look at that, baby.
Look at those fingerprints on that screen.
Look at the fingerprints. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's the thing
about
liking screens. Loving it. So the Switch 2, I mean, let's get a bit of ASMR going.
Oh, it's a good click.
Look at this, right? So that is a magnet that connects through magnet. It used to slide on like that. And now that magnetizes, and there's a little button there that sort of releases it. That pushes it out, and then it's glorious. And they're also usable as a mouse. So you're like,
yeah, I'm so sketchy on that. What is that going to be used for?
I haven't actually used it yet. I've still got I'm yet to play the. I've got the tutorial game that they're selling. So I've got that, the welcome tour. I'm yet to use that yet because I've been so engrossed in Mario Kart World. So I could get the review out for that.
So how is Mario Kart with an open world? Is it the open world add anything to it, or is it just something to do to get to the next race?
So no, it actually adds. It adds.
Okay.
Do I think it's the best part of the game that they've added? No. But it definitely adds. What I love about the open world is when you played Mario Kart Deluxe 8, you would race and you would see all these things going on in the background of your race. But they were really just, you know, a map, like a canvas, a painting of it. It wasn't really anything really happening back there. It was just noise. With this, stuff's going on behind, and then you go free roam and you drive to it and you see it up close, and there's lots, like you're actually driving around this free roaming world.
So all the races, you can go and drive around those, like
you drive around
those
the tracks
and around the back.
Yeah, you can practice the tracks and drive around them. You can, so if you're racing along and then you see like there's a cow and a meadow over here, then you just like drive over there and
go exploring.
Yeah. It's there's lots of things to do within that. Like, I wouldn't say lots, but there's some things to do within the open world. A lot of it's tutorial based, so it's you run over these P buttons and it'll make you do like feather jumps across to, and it teaches it. It's basically just teaching you how to do a proper feather jump across. So the open world part of it's good. It's, you know, that's fine. It's fun. I'm glad it's there. It does add something. It lets you have something to do when you're waiting for online multiplayer. You're just driving around and then a game will open up and then you'll go straight into it. I like that. The best part of Mario Kart World is by far Knockout, which is you are racing along with 24 other races, and it is every track in a circuit. Basically, so you know how you get your Grand Prix circuit is made up of like 3 or 4 tracks. It's every track in that circuit as one track. so there's no break in between.
Ah,
And
okay.
you hit, like when you hit the circuit, it like there'll be a portal you'll go through, which will have 20 on it. And so if you're below 20, you go through. If you're over 20, you get knocked out. And the next one will be 16. And then the next one's
Right.
12.
So everyone's just fighting to get in the. It's kind of like a battle
It's a
royale.
battle royale.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
I got real Fortnite vibes because the first one that I did, we actually got like flown in. We were flying in on our gliders, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like coming in on the bus." You know, it's like, and then the knockout happens, and I got knocked out in the first round, and then the second one I got knocked out in like the third round. But yeah, I haven't placed yet, and I love it. It's so
You're
good.
hooked.
It's the best part of the, like, Nintendo for me have always been pretty average at online play. I think where they excel has been in living room play, like
For sure.
couch co-op.
Yep.
But for online stuff, all their Mario Kart, especially in the past, has been pretty rubbish, I think, in my own opinion, when it comes to online play. And now I feel like they've just nailed it. I feel like that was their main focus for the Nintendo Switch, was making it online multiplayer compatible. And I think you see that with the release of the camera and the things like that they've added, the game chat. They've definitely put a focus on, let's make this multiplayer online.
Yeah, online everything.
Yeah.
From even selling has been their weakness for a long time.
It has,
you know,
yeah.
The
But
Nintendo
now,
Store and all that kind of stuff's been terrible.
I think they've stepped up, and I think, look, it's a great console. Mario Kart World is a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah, okay.
It is. The thing, a lot of the talk about Mario Kart in particular online is around the price. And I don't know if you're probably like me, you watch a lot of American videos, and they're all like, "Oh, we're not paying $80 for a game." 80. Well, we're here in Australia, we've been paying $80 for a game now for years. When Mario Kart came out, we had to pay $120 for a game, which is very expensive.
Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mario
crazy.
Kart Worlds is $120. Unless you get it from JB Hi-Fi, then it's $110.
And we know how good Nintendo are at discounts on their games.
Oh yeah, never. But here's
We
the
will
thing.
give it to you for $115 for Christmas sale.
Yeah. But I actually don't mind it with Mario Kart that it's at a hefty price. Because when you think about it, Mario Kart 8 came out 11 years ago. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 8 years ago. And I have played that nearly every week since.
Yeah, so you reckon hour per dollar
on $120 is going to be a lot better for that game than say something else you play. Title, maybe not. But what it does do is it opens the floodgates for when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes next year. They can charge whatever they want for that.
Well, I already lost a bet to you that it was going to come this year, so I'm not going to be putting any bets on the price, that's for sure.
Yes. What do you reckon? I reckon it'll come out 130 in Australia.
I don't know. See, I think Nintendo, yeah, they may have set the bar, but I'm not sure if everyone's going to move up. I guess they will, right? It'd be a no-brainer business-wise to do it. But that, because I think Nintendo said that in the US, some of their games will be $90, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Mario Kart's going to be a cheap one for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So $90 US money is a lot of money. But we've been paying, it seems like, over $100 ever since the PS5.
Yeah.
110 is pretty normal.
Yeah.
100, 110.
Recommended retail. You can generally get it. Like if you go to somewhere like JB Hi-Fi, they'll have those, like those $90 games for $79.
Yeah, I remember PS4 days. We had it so good. They were like $69 day one games.
Yeah.
the pricing was amazing.
Yeah. Claire
But
Obscure
now with
came out. Claire Obscure was only $69, I think,
yeah,
which was
but
good.
now
But I
with
think it was on Game
tariffs
Pass.
and the
So
dollar and
yeah.
who knows. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past GTA 6 being $120 and the thing will still sell 50 million
Oh,
copies.
totally. I just see this new Call of Duty coming. Call of Duty Black
I
Ops
did see
7.
that. Yeah.
Mm,
I
yeah. They held
I
off
played the last Call of Duty a bit. It was not too bad.
It was actually all right, yeah.
Yeah.
They held off until the very end of the presentation to show, and we've got one more for you. And it's like, oh great, you held off to show us the one thing that you do every single
Yeah,
year
yeah.
anyway. So yeah. Great work, guys.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, it's funny. No, Nintendo Switch, looking forward to playing a lot more of that.
What other games are you looking to get on that? Because I know the launch titles, there was a big list. Is there anything that you're going to get first after Mario
So there
Kart?
was a big list, but a lot of the games were Nintendo Switch 2 editions of games that were already existing.
okay.
So a lot of people playing the Zelda games. I'm not that interested to go back and play them again.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk is one that I would love to play, but I'm not paying $120 to replay Cyberpunk in lower quality than what I played it initially.
Did you play Cyberpunk on Xbox or PS or PlayStation?
PS5, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
On
you can already play that
launch.
on the portal anyway then, really.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I played a lot of it on the portal, especially after all the bugs were fixed, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one that I've actually been holding out on because I was waiting, just because obviously there were the issues at the start. Not that PC had a lot of issues, but that's one that it's on my to-do list when it comes on sale next. I'm going to grab it and finally get crack on with it. Especially because did you watch that Witcher 4 tech demo last week?
Yeah.
That
I
got me
mean,
pumped, man.
you got to remember it's a tech demo. Like,
of course.
The game's not going to look like that.
It'll be close, I reckon.
The game is not going to look like that.
That was running on a PS5, base PS5. And
as
so
a tech demo.
Yeah, but you have, obviously there's things that you're not having to do, right? You're not having to do the open worldiness because it's a tech demo. But they wouldn't be showing that thing on a base PS5
I don't
if
know,
they
mate.
didn't think they could hit it.
They told us Grand Theft Auto was coming out this year.
I think they've learnt their lesson from Cyberpunk, where there was so many issues on the PS4 and the Xbox One that tainted that game because of the performance issues on the older consoles. They've intentionally gone, hey, this is it running on the worst hardware that is going to be available for this game. So they're tempering the expectations, I think, and then the PC and probably PS6 or whatever consoles come next will then be even better. But I reckon it'll be close to that.
If I had $1 for every time I thought a developer had learnt their lesson, I'd be able to buy another copy of Super Mario World.
I have faith. I'm an optimist, Doc.
Hey, I'm going to jump back into Destiny. Are you in? Do you play Destiny?
Oh, I haven't in a long time. I'm keen to jump back in. Why? What's prompting you to get back in?
Well, they're doing a Star Wars thing coming up.
I heard about this actually.
Yeah, which has got me very excited. But also on PlayStation, they just basically dropped all the add-ons, expansions as part of the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Okay.
So because I've been putting off because I was like, oh, I missed that one, I missed this one, I missed that one. So now I'm going to go back in and play. I know I was playing the other night on the portal and it actually runs so smooth.
Yes, great game.
Yeah. I'm not sure the two people I was playing with in my fire team thought it ran that smooth, but
what's this guy doing?
What's this guy doing? He's like running into a wall. Yeah, I'm just haven't played for a while. That's not the console. That's me.
Do you know what I installed? Because we were talking about how I'm in a bit of a Star Wars phase at the moment after Andor. I went and reinstalled Battlefront 2.
Oh, right.
I saw people had been getting back into it.
Yeah, a trailer popped up for me the other day, and I was
really?
Oh.
Yeah.
And I watched. I went, my God, this looks amazing. I went, and then I looked at it. It was like YouTube 9 years ago. I was like, oh yeah.
That's such a good game, man.
It is
such
really
a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been blatting around in Battlefront 2. It's so good.
What do you play as?
So usually, like the heroes, I don't have all the. They're not specced out like
Yeah, right.
crazy, all the different cards and stuff that you can get. But if you can get into like a good spot with Darth Maul, man, you can just
Yeah,
decimate. You do this spinning lightsaber attack. You just it's so good.
so good.
But
That
yeah,
Darth.
it's just the guns feel real, like feel so good, feel real, feel like Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah,
All the all the different kind of stormtrooper guns. Like I haven't even actually played that much of the rebels. Generally, I'm always get given the Empire for some reason. But it's just such a good game, man. Those levels, everything looks exactly like you want it to look like. It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. And that was the thing that blew me away from the trailer. Watching it again was like, wow, this looks like I
How
really
well it
thought.
holds up. Yeah, dude.
I really thought, wow, this looks amazing, and like it looked like it could have been released this week.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a stellar game, and it's just such a shame that it just never. It had a lot of issues at the start, and then it kind
Mm.
of just whimpered out. Unfortunately, when it's such a cool game.
Yeah. What is the best Star Wars game? Is that it?
Oh, it's got to be Jedi Knight 2, dude.
Jedi Knight 2. I was going to say
So
Dark
good.
Forces for me.
Yeah, see, Dark Forces I played, but Dark Forces, I think Jedi Knight 2, just for some reason, it hit home more for me.
Because there was lightsabers.
Lightsabers,
Yeah.
you walking along, lightsaber burns on the wall as you would walk down the
Yeah,
hallways.
that's right. Yeah.
I
Because I
remember
downloaded
that
Dark
crippled my
Forces.
computer at the time.
Oh, yeah, mine too. Yeah. Because what we were running it on then, back then, it would have been like not a
What year would
486 or a
that game have
Pentium.
been?
Maybe a Pentium,
Yeah,
was it?
probably Pentium 3 or something, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I downloaded Dark Forces like a while back for I think it came out on like a remaster. Came out on Xbox and
Yeah, I played that
PlayStation. Yeah.
remaster. That was good.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is great. This is so much fun. Like that. I had more fun playing that than I did the remaster of GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw that GoldenEye one wasn't that great apparently.
Even though
The
like it's not
those
canon
kind of
anymore.
Dark Forces games, those kind of like that style of remake are the ones that I like where it's like that's what I remember the game being,
Yeah.
and it's probably completely different. Like it looks
Mm.
trash, but when that's in my mind, that's what it looked like. And going back
Yeah.
and playing it, you're like, man, this is it's just playing the original.
What was the one that had Sam Witwer in it?
Yeah, that was there was the two of them.
Yeah. Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. Yeah.
God, that was a good game.
Yeah.
That
Pulling the
was
ship
such
out of the sky.
Yes. Oh, that was so good.
Jedi Knight 2 was 2002.
Wow.
There you
Okay.
go. So I remember
That's
playing
probably
that.
newer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I remember playing that at that point in time. I was going to a lot of LAN parties and we would play that at LANs. So good. Lightsaber duels. I don't know. I reckon that'd be my favorite.
Yep.
But you're a TIE Fighter guy, right? You played the
X-Wing versus TIE
X-Wing
Fighter.
versus
Yeah.
TIE Fighter.
Yeah, we used to play a lot of that. That was good. I was always it was funny because I was always we had the B-Wing expansion. B-Wings weren't super popular, but I loved the B-Wing. And and so to see the B-Wing in the modern shows, I was like, yes.
Big fan of the B-Wing.
Yeah, I think my mate really liked the A-Wing.
A-Wing's great.
Yeah.
Y-Wing's a classic.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all great. They're great ships. Such good ship design.
Yeah. I've actually been watching some cool stuff on Corridor Crew on YouTube. You watch those guys?
Yeah, I watch those guys.
The
Yeah.
special effects guys. And so they had Adam Savage on talking about all the
I've seen it.
original.
I've watched this.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
I watch everything with Adam Savage now.
Yeah. They would model bash all the stuff in the Star Wars ships. And there's like these certain model kits where they use all the pieces in every Star Wars ship. So good.
Yeah.
So interesting how they did those effects too on those old flicks, like how they just figured things out. No computers. How are we going to do this?
Drawing on like lasers onto the film and things like that.
Yeah. A lot of it's film trickery, Just unreal.
Did you see Doctor Who finish during the week? Have you been
Yeah.
watching that?
I've dropped off Doctor Who maybe 2 doctors ago, so
I dropped off about 10 doctors ago, to be honest.
but
This
hey,
the
if they
whole
bring back
modern
David Tennant and Rose, I'm back. I'm in.
nah. They brought David Tennant back and then they wrecked him
Yeah. He came
with the
back for that one.
bi-generation crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you
Yeah,
reckon
no.
Rose is the Doctor or not? What do you reckon?
Well, apparently Doctor Who's going on a massive break. There's going to be a
Yeah.
big break, so I think it could even be maybe they might do a special. I think they'll do a special with Rose as the Doctor.
Yeah, okay.
And then
Apparently there's no Christmas special this year,
yeah.
which is interesting.
It's just the ratings have just dropped on it. But the Doctor Who hasn't been the same for me since this modern era of Doctor Who. Classic Who is where it's at. Peter Davison, Tom Baker, John Pertwee. It was when Doctor Who was a science fiction show that kids could watch. And now it's a kids show that is full of special effects.
Look, I'm going to disagree.
Well, that's okay, but you'll be wrong.
That first 5 years or maybe 4 years of the show when they brought it back in 2005, up until I think the end of Matt Smith Doctor, all of that was really good. Did you watch it? Did you watch it, or did you drop off?
I watched up until the end of Peter Capaldi.
Okay, so yeah, you stuck with it.
Yeah, mate.
That stuff was good.
Even Jodie Whittaker, I liked some of her episodes. I thought she would have been a great Doctor if she had better writing.
Yeah, okay.
If she had better episodes. I think each of the Doctors, there's nothing wrong with any of the Doctors. They're all fine. The problem is with the way the show is being written as a kiddie show. Doctor Who was never a kiddie show, right? It wasn't Basil Brush on the screen going wicka wicka wicka. It was science fiction. It was Blake 7. It was,
took it seriously. Yeah,
they took the science fiction part seriously, but it was delivered at a level that kids could watch, and we were all scared as kids watching it. Whereas now it's just like it's watching clowns on the screen doing clown dialogue.
And maybe that's why I like some of those other ones, like that first one, that Christopher Eccleston season. I remember being like quite dark, where he would snap because he'd been through that, whatever the war was, I can't remember, but he was like, it was like a quite dark version of the Doctor. And then Tennant had that, Matt Smith had that. There was this element of darkness that ran through him.
And don't get me wrong, there are great episodes. There are great episodes, but there aren't great seasons.
Yeah. But I think that that's fine, in that maybe you just drop in and you do those great episodes, and maybe you don't stick with it for the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe it's something you watch every now and again. I don't know. I just don't want it to go away. I'm fine if they take a break, but I think good Doctor Who is just so weird and just cool. Like when it gets really kind of,
some of my favorite,
can do things that other shows can't do.
Some of my favorite episodes from the classics were weird, like Paradise Towers. Like, do you remember Paradise Towers with Sylvester McCoy? They rock up at this hotel and the robots are eating them, and it was weird, but it was science fiction first.
Yeah.
I really like the Weeping Angels from the modern series. I think they're fantastic. What an amazing villain, or it's so well filmed, I really like.
They unfortunately flogged that horse, but that first episode was amazing, and then it was pretty downhill.
If they one and done it, that would have been classic. But but then they even the Cybermen turned into a joke, and the Daleks. Yeah.
Those first few Dalek ones in the first few seasons were really good.
But nothing like Classic Who. Like Remembrance of the Daleks and the Genesis of the Daleks and the...
But what's his name?
Like that bit in the Classic Who where Tom Baker has the wires and he gives the speech about if he... What is it? He's got the wires. He's going to touch them to destroy the Daleks. They'll never exist. And that if he does that, he's committing genocide. And that he won't be any better than them. And you're just like, You don't get that moment, not like that in modern Who.
All right, you're making me want to watch some
And
classic Who
the other thing that gives me the shits while we're at it is the regeneration sequences. Like, did you watch the regeneration sequence into Rose?
Mm-hmm.
Like with the shit flying out everywhere. Like, it was never like that. Just change the face. Just change the face. Like, it don't need all the time energy everywhere doing its thing. Like, it's over the top visuals that just don't make any sense or are completely unnecessary.
He's bursting of energy. That's the thing you got to pick him at, the bursting energy.
Yeah, because like he fell off a tower and changed into Peter Davison, and that sort of cloaky looking dude came over and laid down on top of him, just changed into Peter Davison. And it was,
I don't have the reverence for the old stuff that you have. I remember watching Tom Baker and the Scarf, but I don't even remember like my memorable episodes of the new since the relaunch.
But he also, because like when he regenerated back then, it was like he got poisoned or he fell off something.
It was some kind
Ashley
of
Povey
serious
said,
damage.
I've just checked our comments. Billy Piper is the TARDIS again, he said.
As the TARDIS again.
As the TARDIS, because he's in the TARDIS. And it
no, who did she come back as? The wolf or something?
Yeah, the Black Wolf, Bad Wolf.
Bad Wolf, yeah.
Bad Wolf. No, she was the red button interface.
Doctor Who needs to get grittiness back. Yeah, see,
it's so true.
That's on your band, your train there.
Yeah, it's so true. It lacks the grittiness. And you're right, that first episode, the first season of the modern Who, and unfortunately he only got one season.
Well, I think he bailed. I think
yeah.
I think he left.
I saw an interview with him where he's like, I don't want to work with those clowns anymore, and the clown's in charge of it now, mind you.
I'm a serious actor,
Yeah. But he was great, apart from all the running. Because that was, remember, it just started with, we've got to run. And they'd say, we've got to run. And you go, well, no, the doctor never said we've got to run. Just keep running. He just ran. Or he didn't run and he just used his sonic screwdriver and his smarts and he got out of stuff.
You know how you knew that season was gritty too? The leather jacket.
Leather jacket. So true. So true. So true. 1997. What's that in reference to? That we should have checked these much earlier. 1997. One of the most historically significant space combat simulators ever. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Oh, yeah. That's your jam.
Yep. Ash and I used to play X-Wing versus TIE Fighter back in the day.
Oh, wow. There you go.
LAN Party Central, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Man. Did you play, what was that one? The recent one? Squadron? The Star Wars flying game? Yeah.
Yeah, so I the one time I did, so I played a little bit. I wasn't that into it because I haven't played a lot of flight sims, but I did test it in VR.
Yeah, see, I never got to play VR. I played it a bit, but I didn't do the VR. I was so keen to try that.
So good and really hard though. Like just because you're looking around. Yeah, it's really hard. Oh, I meant to tell you, you've got to come around and play because I got Formula 1 25.
Oh yeah, for the racing sim.
Got the racing sim.
Got the wheel. And
yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, okay.
So good. Racing Australia, and it starts raining, and you've got like rain on your visor and everything.
Yeah, wicked.
Oh, it's so good. And I'm like, because I'm a casual racer. I'm not a sim. Yeah. I don't race with gears yet. I'm building up to it. I'm building up. But yeah, it's great. It's great fun. Graphically amazing. And what they've done with it is they've sort of made it a bit like FIFA. So it's got like, you know how FIFA has story mode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's got a story mode. It's in the 3rd season of this story mode. That's a compelling story. Like it's really good. Like, yeah. So
yeah, and you're playing your own character, not like one of the actual races.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a separate character for an imaginary team, like a made-up team.
Okay.
But yeah. So we also need to go watch the Formula 1 movie that comes out this month too.
Yeah, okay. The trailer looked good.
Yeah. Brad Pitt. Boom. He doesn't really make bad movies, does he?
Not off the top of my head. Nothing really bad.
I was looking at old trailers the other day, and I saw that it was like popped up in my feed, the trailer for Meet Joe Black.
So funny. I was just thinking,
Yeah.
maybe Meet Joe Black.
But I was like, oh, I actually really like that movie. I had it on DVD.
It's got a surprising death scene.
I had it. So the DVD case, I had it. It was the cardboard case with the little plastic clip. You know how you used to get those? Before they went to full plastic, they went to full plastic cases for DVDs after. But they started as a cardboard case. And it had like the clip on the case would just unclip, and then the cardboard would fold out. And that's what DVDs came with initially.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had that, and I had, what else did I have like that? There's a few. Yeah. Probably a Christopher Lambert movie. Yeah.
There can be only one.
One thing I want to mention before we go is Nintendo have made one of the best controllers I've ever used in my life.
Interesting. Better than the DualSense. I know you're a big fan of the DualSense.
I love the DualSense, but this feels amazing in your hand. Like the grip feels, it's got like the texture of it is sort of, it's plastic, but it feels rubbery. And just, I don't know, it's got like a really nice feel to it. And the thumbsticks feel amazing. It is the best controller to use. It is.
What a shame that you will never use it.
I use it for Mario Kart.
I mean, because you always play handheld.
Because you're playing handheld, yeah. It's so true. It's such a waste. But no, I'm stoked. It's such a good controller.
Yeah, nice.
Thumbs up to that controller. Well, that's it. I think we should call it nights. Thanks for watching, Ash. Great to see you. Of course, we'll be uploading this as a podcast. You can get via iHeart and Apple and every good podcast place. In fact, even the shit ones. So if you want to go get it there and listen to it later, you can do that.
Don't go to the shit ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks, Luke. Great to chat, and we'll chat again hopefully next week, but we'll see because we're not very good like that.
Consistently inconsistent.
We should get it on a t-shirt. We would.
Good to see you, man.
See you, mate.